Let's roll. Level 3 has begun. If you're just joining us, I took Cal State Northridge plus the 4 points. Northridge are up 14-8 early right now. 12 minutes left in the first half. We moneyline parlay Montana and Utah. Arizona State and Utah have not started yet. Utah are laying 6.5 right now, 145.5, although that's sort of the pregame, in-game number. Montana 17-13 right now. They've come back and taken a lead. In-game total is 142.5. NBA, I like the Blazers tonight, but I didn't have the courage, or I was focused on college too. I only bet college today and this hockey game. 93-88 tonight. Blazers leading the Atlanta Hawks right now. Sacramento, man, these guys are about to go back-to-back. They beat Milwaukee last night. They're beating the Lakers 93-76 right now as we speak. So we're just talking about Garrett Cole's injury. And I think he's going to be out for like 2 months, 2.5 months, 3 months. Because even when you get better, you got to rehab yourself back and stuff. Yeah. So you can't get him hurt. But the Yankees, they know that their fan base are insane and the media is crazy to begin with. And we're already frustrated. So now it's like, well, you better sign Blake Snell. You and I talked about this a couple of nights ago, George. And I said, well, reports were, and I'm sure you saw the same thing, that the Yankees weren't going to go after Blake Snell again, that they put the offer, and it is what it is, that they were working on a Dylan Cease deal, that they saw that as a good fix. Well, San Diego beats the Yankees to Dylan Cease. That's what surprised me the most tonight about this, George. Hold on like 9 seconds. I got to welcome the serious crowd back. But I was curious your take when I saw that. I thought, oh, boy, wow, the Yankees were trying to get, like they were in talks to get him, and then San Diego swoop in. Shout out to everyone joining us on Sirius XM, channel 159. Garrett Cole going to be out 1 to 2 months, the official statement from the Yankees. And then there were reports for everyone joining us right now that the Yankees were close and in talks to get Dylan Cease from the White Sox. San Diego, and a surprise move gets Dylan Cease tonight. George Kurtz, Yankee man. What's your take, George, on the Dylan Cease news?
Yeah, I was surprised. I didn't think the Yankees would get him, by the way. Rosenthal reported earlier today that the Yankees were out, that they weren't the team that was negotiating with the White Sox, that it was the Texas Rangers who were close to getting him. And then I guess, and then San Diego swept in. I mean, San Diego gave up 4 good prospects, not some of their better prospects. They didn't give up Jackson Merrill. They didn't give up Drew Thorpe. I believe it was the prospect the Yankees sent over, or one of them, and the Yankees sent over the Juan Soto deal, along with 3 other prospects. They pretty much gave up 4 of their top 10, really the 6 through 10 guys, go to the Chicago White Sox there. So, surprised. I mean, in some ways, Cease is just a right-handed Blake Snell. The numbers are very similar here. So I guess San Diego's in some ways going to run it back just minus Juan Soto. So I just didn't see that. I thought Texas made a lot of sense because Texas needs rotation help. As far as the Yankees are concerned, if you would have asked me the last player the Yankees wanted to see get hurt, it wasn't Judge. It wasn't Soto. It was Cole. All right, that rotation was already thin with Cole in it. Now he's gone. Stroman's your number one. Stroman, Cortez, Schmidt, Rodon, and a prayer. Because I don't know who the 5th starter is. I think right now it might be Luke Weaver.
What happens if Aaron Judge gets? And I don't like playing the injury game, but the thing is, they have had injury issues, this team, and the same players. So now Stanton goes down, Judge goes down, and the season's over. Boom, just like
Luke
that.
Weaver is a gas can. That guy is.
This is on Cashman, guys. It's on Cashman. Yes. Though. It was like last year. We talked about it. You can't have a professional baseball team with a payroll of over $200 million and somehow you suck when one guy isn't there. Like, it just can't work that way. Like, you know what I mean? Look at the Dodgers. And I don't want an injury, but if Mookie Betts goes down, whatever, they've got guys still. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, Freeman's out. Don't worry. We got Ohtani. We got Betts. We got Smith. The Yankees are just like, well, we have Cole and we have Aaron Judge, and that's about it, you know?
Well, my problem with Cashman is this. We all know. What is the average amount of starters you need in a Major League Baseball
season? Soto now.
8, 10? The Yankees literally have 5 guys. That's it. Now it's down to 4. They don't have they traded them all for Juan Soto, Brito, King, Vasquez. They traded all the pitching depth there. And I don't knock him for that, guys. I don't. Because Juan Soto should be great in the Yankees. They needed that left-handed bat. But you didn't replace him.
Stroman to step up.
Yeah. Stroman better be real good. Rodon better figure things out. Rodon did pitch well today. But any of these guys, Stroman, Cortez, Rodon, Schmidt, do you think any of these guys is making 25 starts? Well, let's 32.
Listen, I'll tell you right now, and this is why I brought it up. There's no way in hell they're winning 94 games.
Nope.
In my opinion.
Under.
Yeah.
I
They were
agree.
before
Under.
this.
No, that's what I'm saying. Now.
George knows. Rodon, it might be good at the start. That guy breaks down hard. He's like IKEA furniture, man. This guy can't last a season. It's well known.
IKEA furniture is pretty good.
Yeah,
It's just hard to make. It's pretty tough.
It's
It's hard to make.
Any type of furniture they give you with an Allen
if you knock the company, I'm just saying.
Sorry.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'm not gonna get off my take. Their products are anyway.
I'm not a big fan of their stuff. They're overpriced,
yes.
but their stuff isn't like,
it's junk.
you know.
It isn't crap.
Nice stuff. It's crap.
Hold on.
It sucks.
We welcome our AM radio audience. This is SportsRage. Although right now we're debating. Cam says IKEA sucks.
Yeah, I'm banned in Sweden now, apparently. Now they hate me. Great.
As a Vancouver Canucks fan, my IKEA support has gone up.
That's
We're a very
right.
Swedish
You got so many
team.
Swedes on your team.
It's like, no, settle down. IKEA is a good company.
Yeah, we love IKEA. Go Canucks.
Oh, no. Colorado Avalanche just scored.
See, now we got an issue. See, what do we got?
Get this. With 1.8 seconds left in the second period.
Stop.
1.8 left. Brutal.
You got to be
brutal.
This can't be real. Why?
Oh, that wakes them up in the room now too. It's like, all right, guys, we're only down 2 now. Like, it's like, it's
my
the worst.
God, you're right. You got to be kidding me. If we got
Cam, you have them up 3-0. Colorado's like, yeah, whatever. F this place.
Exactly.
We're going to be gone on the bus in an hour. Don't worry.
Right.
Now it's like, all right, guys. Now we're back. We're back now. We're okay. We're in
deep.
God,
this is a disaster. Now this
last second goals in periods are killers, man. They switch games, man. They're killers, bro.
Oh, see, like, why is this happening? Why can't we just have a smooth ride? We didn't need that.
Well,
Everything
still
was going
3-1, but so listen, we have a San Diego and SoCal audience stepping up, and then George Kurtz with us right now. And George, East Coast bias, Kurtz. San Diego, more desirable, George. They beat you to Dylan Cease. So do you think
I don't think they beat the Yankees. So I don't know.
No, I think you're right about that. I don't think the Yankees have any more prospects to trade. They already traded everyone to San Diego.
Exactly. And they're not trading Spencer Jones. They're not trading Jones.
Yeah.
Roz is hurt. And I don't know if Pereira's all that good, by the way.
The White Sox fans are asking, did they get enough? In your opinion, did they get enough for Dylan Cease?
No, but that's the way it is now.
They did the deal pretty fast, right? They could have waited and tried to get a bidding war going.
The thing is, they're a desperate franchise, Gabe. You know that.
You're taking quantity, not quality. Same thing with Juan Soto. You're taking quantity and hope for it.
Stock the roster. Thanks, George.
Anytime, guys.
Letting points on the road in college basketball is an absolute landmine. I would not do it. I won't do it the rest of the year. I'm done doing that because it just consistently loses.
I mean, 3 possessions in a 9-point game in which the opposition now is the clock, not the actual team you're facing, right?
Right.
And these guys are taking up shots. I mean, it's just like, that's why it's the NBA.
In-game live, prime time, only on SportsGrid.
Betting in-game, there's a big difference, right? Like the computer changes the number so often. Like, I tried to get this in right now, but in reality, as I saw plus 165 in the arena, they're hitting the shot. And I'm getting this like a couple of seconds late. And even the sports book, like technology can only travel so fast.
Sports Rage Late Night, only on SportsGrid.
How about this? Nikola Jokic, heavy favorite here to -170 price, followed by SGA at +250, and Luka Doncic at a 7-1 price.
It would require a whole lot from Luka to 15 of the next 20 games he has to have triple doubles, something absurd. And it really just comes down to Jokic being amazing, doing everything he's doing. I hate to say it, but he's probably had this locked up the second Embiid was announced out.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
This is Sports Rage. I'm Morency. We're waiting on Ian Cameron, a.k.a. Babano, to step up and join us. We're at the intermission right now after 40 minutes of play. The Vancouver Canucks lead the Colorado Avalanche 3-1. Let's check in on the hardwood, and let's check in on the college hardwood right now. So let's start off with Montana and Montana State. 25-24 right now for Montana. We took a money line parlay. It was like -110, -115 or whatever, with Montana and Arizona. Montana and Utah to beat Arizona State. So I got Utah to win the game against ASU. That just started. And Montana, I have Arizona on my mind because we got a point spread for the USC game. And Cam, the USC Trojans, Cam, I did a whole segment on this game last night talking about the Trojans, and Sean Higgs was on with us, and he took Washington just because he was like, oh, all the hipsters, and it's so trendy to be on USC right now. But USC have been playing better basketball over the last couple of weeks. People don't realize this team this year, they had so many injuries, right? Bronny James went down with the cardiac stuff before the year started. That was a big setback for them. Isaiah Collier is a stud, all right? The guy was the #1 high school recruit in the country, and he was injured. Ellis, like all of them, they never really played together. They weren't in sync. They're coming together at the right time right now, and I think they were kind of live to make a run in this tournament. But the bad news for them is they get Arizona again, and they're not beating Arizona 2 times in a week. Let's bring in Ian Cameron, a.k.a. Babano, right now. And we'll get back to the games that are going on right now, but let's start off, Babano, with USC and Arizona. I'm presuming you were on USC today with everybody else. Arizona are laying 9 points against the Trojans, total 157. Can the Trojans do it again and pull it off? What do you think, Babano?
They could. I mean, I know Arizona lost to USC last weekend, and Arizona will probably be looking to avenge that, but you're laying a lot of points with them. And for USC, they can't take anything for granted. I mean, they got to try to notch as many wins as possible here in the Pac-12 tournament to build their case. And look, they're playing their best basketball, and USC was really dealing with a ton of injuries much of the season as well. So that hindered things a lot in terms of their performance, but you're seeing things come together. I think they're playing a lot better brand of basketball at both ends of the floor. They're shooting the ball better. I think their defense, which was awful early in the season, is still not great, but it's definitely gotten a lot better than it was early in the season. So, and in these conference tournaments, you get a favorite like Arizona in this kind of price range. The one thing that I've been doing, and it's served me well in the conference tournaments, not only this year but in years past, I don't often lay 8 points or more, and certainly not double digits in these conference tournament games. This is the time of the year when a lot of underdogs start barking, so I'm definitely a USC or pass in this game.
Cam, Arizona will win, but I think USC will cover the spread. It'll be a close game. USC will die on their sword. This is their last game of the year. They're not going to be playing in any tournaments after this. Like, they're not even like, this is it. They're not going to the CSI, Las Vegas, CSI, Miami, CIT, or whatever the hell else tournaments they have nowadays.
NIT,
whatever.
CBI.
They're 13 and 17.
CIT, I think, is what they are.
Yeah.
They're 15 and 17 now. Like, they're not even a 500
that's
team.
not good enough.
But it's too bad because it's just sort of one of those lost seasons. It is what it is. But 9 points is a lot of points, even against Arizona. Arizona are great defensively, so that back door is always open against Arizona. And Arizona, as good as they are, they're sloppy with the basketball. They'll, like, if they're playing, if you play intense against them, Arizona will turn. You can score in Arizona. Like, Arizona like just to trade baskets, essentially. And they're like, we'll score more than you. We're taller, faster, better than you are. And Arizona are really good, guys. We talked about it last night. I'm not dismissing Arizona. I think Arizona could make it to the Final Four type of deal. I think they're that good. I don't think they're good enough to win the national championship, though, because they're too flaky. They turn the ball over. They don't play good enough defense. They foul out of games. But I think they are explosive. But I still think USC are the play in this game at +9. Total is 157. I hear what you're saying, Babano, about not laying big points. What do you make of TCU getting 10.5 against the Houston Cougars? A TCU team that I was on today against Oklahoma, by the way, and it was a nice, smooth win. Easy win for the Frogs against the Sooners, but now they get Houston. Houston don't play around. What's your opinion on this one, Babano?
They don't, but they're just looking to win, not necessarily win by margin. And if you're TCU, there's another team. That,
tell that to Kansas on Saturday when Houston plays.
That was sending.
Well, you guys remember the first game with Houston and Kansas. Kansas at home, they got all the calls that game. Houston was licking their chops, saying, "We're going to dummy you guys. Like we're at home. Like it was a murder fest." Gabe, I just want to ask you guys one thing, though. I think this is very important because we know Houston's already punched a ticket. That's why these other teams like TCU are kind of dangerous in this setting.
But Cam,
because
teams like Houston are also gunning for like the overall 1 seed as well.
They are
in the tournament, like the overall
the Big 12 tournament.
Yes, their first year in the Big 12. Exactly. This isn't. They're not like another team that's coming in here like, no. This is a statement, like you said, Babano. They want to kill teams. They want to slam dunk in their face. And they want to say, man, we just came into your tough-ass Big 12 and kicked the snot out of all of you in our first year here. Like and it's going to build up into the NCAA tournament. For the record, I am taking the Houston Cougars to win the national championship, but let's see what the bracket says on Sunday night, right, Babano? But I think Houston are the best team in the country, personally.
I do too. I mean, I think this is their chance, and they've been so close. They've been knocking on the door for many years. Kelvin Sampson's been knocking on the door. They've got, Shedd's just an outstanding guard. They've got the defense. They're relentless on the glass. That's always been a staple of Houston basketball. They're just really complete when you look at this squad, and they are again this year. As far as this TCU game, it's actually funny. TCU beat Houston this year way back in January. It feels like way back. It was 2 months ago, 68-67. TCU got a 1-point victory at home against Houston. It was their only regular season meeting. So, look, I'm going to let this dog roam. As much as I try to make a case for some of these dogs getting a lot of points, I haven't made a case to step in front of Houston all year. I'm probably not going to start now.
One thing, guys, when you look at TCU when they lose games, they kind of lose by 10 and stuff. They don't have a lot of, like, they'll either win or they're going to lose by 10, 12 or something like that. There's kind of no in between with them, but it's a dangerous number at 10.5. But I do think that Houston are going to win the game. Checking back in right now with the games that are going on right now. Stephen F. Austin leading Abilene Christian 17-12. Babano, do you know the words? Can you sing a Sister Christian, Night Ranger?
Motorin'. What's your price for flight? There we go. Right?
Yes,
See?
Babano.
That's the part. That's the only part people know, right? That's the that's We went over it earlier. It's like the weird words are kind of hard to know.
Yeah,
pretty good.
Come on, guys. Yeah,
it's Albaline Sister Christian against the $6 million man, Stephen F. Austin. Stephen F. Austin are leading 17-12. That's what I think of when I see that. Steve Austin.
Yeah. Remember when Stephen F. Austin was
but
like,
not like Stone Cold. No,
you're thinking of
the $1 million, the $6 million man.
Stephen F. Austin, remember they had that one tournament run with that guy who was like 8 feet tall or whatever? You guys remember that? Yeah, I forget what year it was. It was a couple of years ago. They were actually like really good, but yeah, Gabe, I don't know, man. That program, it's kind of gone like hit the skids. But I want to ask you guys about UCLA, Oregon. UCLA live. If we're talking about USC, what about UCLA?
I think UCLA beat them and win the game outright.
Yes. So we're reading each other's mail. I think I'm playing UCLA tomorrow for sure.
It's funny, Ken. Well, everybody's talking and everyone nationally is talking about USC being this trendy team and stuff. I think UCLA might actually be the ones that quietly out of LA. They're going to be the ones that, we're going to win some games. I think they're getting 3 points. I think they can win the game outright tomorrow against the Ducks.
On the money line.
Laying points on the road in college basketball is an absolute landmine. I would not do it. I won't do it the rest of the year. I'm done doing that because it just consistently loses.
I mean, 3 possessions in a 9-point game in which the opposition now is the clock, not the actual team you're facing, right?
Right.
And these guys are taking up shots. I mean, it's just like, that's why it's the NBA.
In-game live, prime time, only on SportsGrid.
Betting in game, there's a big difference, right? Like the computer changes the number so often. Like I tried to get this in right now, but in reality, as I saw plus 165 in the arena, they're hitting the shot, and I'm getting this like a couple of seconds late. And even the sports book, like technology can only like travel so fast.
SportsRage Late Night, only on SportsGrid.
How about this? Nikola Jokic, heavy favorite here to minus 170 price, followed by SGA at plus 250, and Luka Doncic at a 7-1 price.
It would require a whole lot from Luka to like 15 of the next 20 games he has to have triple doubles, like something absurd. And it really just comes down to Jokic being amazing, doing everything that he's doing. Like, I hate to say it, but he's probably had this locked up the second Embiid was announced out.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
The Banana Slugs. Yeah, that might be the best. That's one of the cooler names. That's right up there. This conference, I am Gabriel Morency. This is Sports Rage. Cam just went on a diatribe during the commercial break about too many college teams being named Cougars, Tigers, and Wildcats.
Yep. But look at but you got anteaters, matadors, banana slugs, and Gabe, even even Titans for Cal State Fullerton. Those are original names, man. Like every team in that conference, like Matadors, Cal State Northridge. Like the Big West rocks for names. End of discussion, in my opinion. It's too good.
Yeah, it is. It's probably the best conference for names.
The Tritons of UCSD. That's a unique
one.
one.
Tritons. Yes.
Yeah. I'm not sure how good of a name that is.
Yeah,
that's all right.
It's like it's different. Like a mermaid and the guy like the Mariners pitchfork thing. That's a trident.
No.
A Triton is the same type of thing, is it not? Is it a weapon?
Sounds like sounds like a metal band name, Triton.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm going to see Triton and Saxon this weekend.
That's right.
Triton are opening up for Saxon.
Homicide and Triton.
Yeah,
Bring your
Triton
and Gwar. Amazing show.
This is a good metal band name,
yeah. Good laughs. Triton. It does sound. You're right. That's amazing. I can see what a Triton is.
There was a horse race. It was last week or 2 weeks ago. We were on the air. And I looked and I was like, oh, one of the horses is Annihilator. I'm like, or Annihilate. And I said, that, man, it sounds like a metal song. And turned out Annihilate finished second, too. I got a bunch of tweets after. People are like, thanks, I bet him. He cashed $7.50. Annihilate, great name. So, yeah, Montana are up 38-32 right now. I'm on Cal State Northridge plus 4 against Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara right now we're up 34-32. As we stated, Montana are up 38-32 at the half. In-game totals 146.5. So we'll try to find some in-game action for people here. The third period has just started in Vancouver with the Vancouver Canucks and the Colorado Avalanche. The Canucks are leading 3-1, but it was 3-0. And Vancouver gave up a goal with 2.7 seconds left in the second period of play. And now they've just given up a penalty to start off the third period. Colorado are about to go on the power play right now. The Utah Utes. The Utes are a team. They are not really on the bubble. They're kind of like not the first four out. They're in that next group. This is a team, though, that if they won a bunch of games, they could potentially get in to the tournament. I don't think they will, but they're playing like for serious stuff here, these guys. So they're going to cruise here. They're already up 24-12, guys. But Bano, I wanted your take on UNLV and San Diego State tomorrow night. Fun game. We got people tuning in right now, a lot of Aztec fans. So this game, of course, in Las Vegas, Nevada. Normally, I would say, dear God, man, San Diego State are only like 4.5 against UNLV, but UNLV are 10-2 in their last 12 games. They've only lost to Nevada. All right, they lost. They blew the lead when they were at home to Nevada, and then they went there and they lost to them. But Nevada are a good team. UNLV are playing really good basketball. This would be a massive win for their program if they could, they don't even need to win the tournament to get people excited. Like, if they could beat San Diego State in a tournament game, UNLV needs some wins to get into the NCAA tournament. Like, they'd have to go to the final type thing and win. But I think if they made the final, maybe they would get in. What's your pick, Babano? Aztecs or Rebels?
I can't back UNLV in this tournament. They've been awful in this tournament the last several years. They usually get bounced in the very first tournament game. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter one bit. I don't give a damn that they're playing at Thomas and Mack Center. They haven't been very good in this building. They've been bounced by the first opponent. The only team they've beaten, and they've beaten this team twice in the first round of the Mountain West tournament in the last 6 years, is Air Force. Twice. They haven't beaten anyone else, UNLV, in this Mountain West tournament. I know they're playing well. They have had a nice run here in the last, I would say, month and a half. But San Diego State, this is their time of year. How many times do we see Brian Dutcher, lead this team through the Mountain West tournament, at least get to the finals, if not win it, and have his team playing their best basketball here in the month of March? I would only look at the Aztecs here. I was hoping it would be a little cheaper than 4.5, but I still might lay it with San Diego State. No, I don't want the Rebels.
It's hard to argue and debate that. with UNLV only getting 4.5. Like if they were getting 8.5, 9 or something, you could say, all right. Like, and I know that sports books don't give money away, but under 5 points, this is a step up in class. I will say this, Babano, and I know because I've gone to a million UNLV games over the years, and I've been there when they're popular, I've been there when they're not popular, etc. There is a little bit of a buzz now, at least. There is there's been an enthusiasm in the arena over the last month. As I said, look, they're winning games, so people are buying in. They have really good young players, so they really are going in the right direction. But 4.5 points, Cam, against San Diego State in San Diego State's first tournament game is pretty crazy. You got to take the Aztecs.
It is crazy. Babano's right. You want to make excuses like for UNLV, and think about this year too, Gabe. Like the flakiness of that, like the games they've blown against rival, and in the Fremont Cannon game with the Nevada, like they're just so erratic, and that's the whole thing about them. They're really a team you can't trust. Heck,
but they're ahead of schedule. They've actually been better than people they even thought they were going to be.
They're just hard to predict because they can look really good, and then other times like they're just not a consistent team. That's the whole thing. They're a very hard team to trust, but I need more. Sorry.
Okay, guys, I just wanted to confirm it and I was pretty sure I was right. I am right about this. UNLV since 2017, they've won 3 first-round games in the tournament. All 3 were against Air Force, which has been the perennial bottom feeder of the Mountain West for as long as I can remember. That's the only success they've had in this tournament. They've beaten Air Force 3 times, and then they've been bounced by every other team in this tournament. So you'd think home court advantage for UNLV in this conference tournament, not if you look back at the last several years.
Did Colorado just score in a 5-on-3? You got to be kidding me.
3-2.
They're giving these guys penalties now? 3-0. Oh, this is here we go. 5-on-3. Okay.
That's why we said at the time that goal, man, that was like at the end of the period.
Yeah.
If they don't score that goal with 2 seconds left, it's still 3-0 right now in this game. It's just like
I agree.
It changed everything. It just changed everything.
I need this game. I don't ask for this very much. I really need this one. Like this is a huge.
I already got paid.
I don't want to hedge out. Yeah, I know what, Morency, my luck. I did it on another site because my other one has all my golf bets on it. So I had to do this, and this one doesn't give you the early payout. What an idiot. I'm just a
3-goal lead. I got paid. Cash out, baby.
Hey, got to get more money in the one account, not
Thank God. It was Villanova tonight, too. Like Villanova, I didn't sweat it out. I just cashed out. I was like, all right, I got paid for it and stuff.
What an option.
3 games of that road trip, guys, and the Winnipeg game on Saturday night, the last 4 games for Vancouver, since Tocchet after the loss to LA at home said we got to tighten up on defense, we got to maintain discipline, stop taking so many penalties. They've been impeccable. No penalties, and their team defense has been great all the way up until this last sequence we just saw.
Well, Colorado's been on the damn power play for the whole third period. They're still on a power play now after the 5-on-3. This is an issue.
Yeah, for another minute and 13 seconds. Yeah, it's a problem. Colorado are all over them too. They looks like they could tie them. I said before the game 4-3. Even I said, you know what? I said, I don't really want to go over to 6.5. I bet the in-game under 7.5. I waited that after that early goal, so I got under 7.5 right now. But that was my pre-score prediction, just for the record, Cam. I said Vancouver wins this game 4-3. I didn't think they would blow a 3-0 lead, though.
You know what? They just got to kill this off. It's 3-2. Yep. Play some solid defense. Win 4-2. All of us will go home happy with money in our pockets. Just don't panic.
They're pretty good, Cam. Right. The Canucks are pretty good at responding to this.
Yeah.
Normally, though, when other teams score, the Vancouver will often score after. It'll be like, yeah, whatever, you scored, but we just scored 5 minutes later, so good for you. Yeah. Colorado are good, though, bro. Like, they're not going away. And they're really pressing right now. Oh, my God. They might score right now. Oh, my God. Thank God. It was a big defensive play. Oh, man. There's 15 minutes left, bro. I don't even want to watch this.
I'm watching the Oilers game right now because they're up 6-2, and I got Oilers in the over and -1.5, and that's
Change
fun.
the channel. Watch the Canuck game. It's more stressful.
I don't think I get the Canuck game. I think that one's probably blacked out in my area.
It is blacked out.
I get the national game. Oh, great.
I've got it on the special
screw me
magic
again,
stick.
right?
Yeah.
I get the buy an extra horse racing channel, 14 a month. I'm like, get off my back, man. Anyway, Morency, I'm going to tell you something.
Earth-shattering here, but guess what? Come Stanley Cup playoff time, you're going to have to protect 1-goal leads in the third period. So this is a nice test here for Vancouver. Yep.
Yeah, you're right. Against a team that's a Stanley Cup contender too. Yep. Gabe, I got to tell you this though. Like I know we're talking to Kurtz about the Yankees and Eric Cole. Have you seen what the Islanders have been doing lately? They won 6 of their last 7 games. Their only losses to the Kings because they were tired. Like they were not just winning, they were beating the crap out of teams. And Patrick Waugh has these guys playing on the road. Have you seen what Kyle Palmieri has done? He had a natural hat trick in one period. Like this guy's been on fire, man. Like I think the Islanders are going to get in.
Palmieri, and Horvat are doing all their scoring.
Yeah, he's alive again, Gabe. Remember, that guy was comatose for a while. He's starting to fit. I gotta give Patrick Waugh credit. He's done a great job with this team. Great job.
If you look at their schedule, they have an opportunity right now too to keep this thing going. But it's a massive game tomorrow against the Buffalo Sabre team that's played themselves into the picture. Only 5 points out. Who would have imagined? The Buffalo Sabres are only 5 points out of a playoff spot. You could argue tomorrow. This is massive. The Islanders and Sabres tomorrow, huge game for both teams. Both teams need to keep it going.
Great game.
Yeah, the game of the night in the NHL. The Islanders and Sabres.
Damn right it is.
Letting points on the road in college basketball is an absolute landmine. I would not do it. I won't do it the rest of the year. I'm done doing that because it just consistently loses.
I mean, 3 possessions in a 9-point game in which the opposition now is the clock, not the actual team you're facing, right?
Right.
And these guys are taking up shots. I mean, it's just like, that's why it's the NBA.
In-game live, prime time, only on SportsGrid.
Betting in-game, there's a big difference, right? Like the computer changes the number so often. Like I tried to get this in right now, but in reality, as I saw plus 165 in the arena, they're hitting the shot. And I'm getting this like a couple of seconds late. And even the sports book, like technology can only travel so fast.
SportsRage Late Night, only on SportsGrid.
How about this? Nikola Jokic, heavy favorite here at a minus 170 price, followed by SGA at plus 250, and Luka Doncic at a 7-1 price.
It would require a whole lot from Luka to 15 of the next 20 games he has to have triple doubles, like something absurd. And it really just comes down to Jokic being amazing, doing everything that he's doing. I hate to say it, but he's probably had this locked up the second Embiid was announced out.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Yeah, we got our boy Tommy, who's a Sabre fan and Master Control. And Tommy is saying, yeah, people are fired up in Buffalo for this game tomorrow night for real. The Sabre team, right, has teased people before. Sabre fans been waiting for years for them to put this thing together. Tomorrow night's a massive game. You were talking about Babano, the Islanders, 6 in a row before losing to the Kings. Now they go back to the East Coast. And if you're the Islanders, you get the Senators after the Sabres. So you get there's two games, man, where 4 points are there for the taking for you. Big game tomorrow night. So we'll get back to the basketball. We'll just do this one quickly. So the number tomorrow for this game, the New York Islanders are minus 115 road favorites in Buffalo. The total is an even 6. Buffalo Sabres minus 105. Cam, who are you taking in this game? The Islanders or the Sabres?
This is really tough because you know me, even as a Leaf fan, I've always had a soft spot for the Sabres. I don't hate them like everybody else. I hate other teams like the Boston Bruins. That's the team I hate more than any team as a Leaf fan. Babano, he's close to Buffalo, but I'm going to tell you this. The Islanders and Patrick Roy, those older players, Paul Mary and the rest of the crew, they're playing gangbusters right now. Horvat's figured it out. They got good goaltending. I'm taking the New York Islanders tomorrow in Buffalo. Should be a great game. Maybe
Tommy, cut his mic. Cut his mic, Tommy.
Hey, I just got back.
You're Captain Buffalo. I can see you tomorrow night. You're going to be all sad after. I can't believe it, Gabe. I can't believe I took you out. But it's a tough. Oh God,
it's tough.
Oh no! Wait! Colorado think they scored, man, but the ref is saying no. Now there's a big fight in front of the net. I don't even know if it went in or not.
Gabe, Gabe, I love you, Gabe. Can you put a college basketball game on? I can't deal with this right now. We got to not watch this. Bad things are happening.
I think Vancouver have been in their own zone, guys, this entire period.
Yes, that flick, the magic converter.
They're being outshot 26-18. All right, here's the replay. Why does Colorado think it's in the net? All right, here it is.
I don't think it is.
No. Oh God. Oh God.
It's going to be a goal.
I think it crossed the line, man. Let's see the replay here. Let's see.
Abort.
I think it's in.
Okay, great. Absolutely
Basically,
great.
Casey DeSmith was down, but he was kind of in the net, and the puck hit his pads, but I think his pad was in the net. They're reviewing it right now. I think it's going to be a goal.
Oh, that's in. Yep. It sure looks like it.
Oh, boy. 3-3 is going to be. Cam's right, man. Well, let's get back to this, Matador game.
Yeah.
God.
I agree.
Okay, look at this. Utah's up 37-18. That was the lock of the night. Like 5
and a half. Math in my head. I got to figure out how I'm going to
we'll
get out
to your
of this
golf
thing.
picks here.
Actually, I was hoping we'd have a commercial.
Get out
break
of what?
So I can figure out how much to put on Colorado.
Hold on. Here's it over. Wait. Let's see.
No goal. Say no goal.
That's a goal. It's a goal.
Yep,
They didn't. I'm seeing it right now. It's definitive a goal. I see it. It's in.
And we're done. Okay, let's see here. The commercials, the Canucks. So that's oh god, oh boy, I have them individually and parlay. This is a nightmare.
Oh boys,
man.
right. So yeah, it's 3-3 right now.
We do.
And you see,
I got to figure
the red line in the puck. That's in 3-3.
I told you, Gabe, that stupid goal with 1 second left. You know the way hockey works, man. You can't give it up.
I knew it too. I knew it was killer.
It's a recipe for disaster, man. Anyway.
Killer.
You want golf picks? I got some.
Yeah, what do you got for us? TPC, what do you got?
Well, it's kind of funny how you picked 3 guys, and I am on the 3 without us even discussing this tournament. Let me tell you about the players. Scotty Scheffler, Gabe, I know you like to do crazy stuff like Max Verstappen with something, European handball, maybe some Filipino basketball. You could jack that guy's number up. He's the favorite for a reason. Not only did he win last week, he won last year. But I'm going to take Scotty Scheffler, top 5 finish at plus 150. There's going to be a lot of guys in contention. You might want to do top 10. It's about $1.50. You could do that too, and you have a little bit of wiggle room if you don't mind laying juice. So that's what we're going to do there. Guys, I'll go through the top 20s and the 40s, and then we'll get to the outrights because Gabe's going to like the outrights. He's got a few of the same guys. Top 20s. We said Hovland was dangerous. Gabe, this is unreal. All these guys you mentioned, I have. Victor Hovland, top 20, plus 130. I'm going to go back to Aberg because he's being disrespected in the betting market. This guy also, he can turn it on at any point, and he's starting to understand Florida golf. I don't want to be off him when he does well. So plus 180. Sahith Theegala has a perfect game on any type of course, and especially a Pete Dye design. Won't make too many mistakes, hits it straight, plus 270. And I'll tell you something about my friend Sanjay M. He might not win, but he has been in contention in this tournament multiple times, top 10. I got a top 20 for plus 290. That is too hard to pass up. Gabe, what's my drink? Ryan Ginger. Aaron Rye for a top 40. Let's roll with him. Also, finished 19th here in his debut.
You like a lot of drinks, so I wasn't sure. I was like, I'm not really, wow. This could be open-ended, but yeah.
It was a horrible joke. It's Rye and Ginger, because I'm Ginger and I'm betting on Rye. That's the thing. Instead of Rye and Coke, I went with Rye and Ginger. Outrights. Yeah, Pabano likes a nice, smooth Rye and Ginger with his beers at night. Max Homa, Gabe, I'm on Homa this week. People are like, what? Max Homa, people aren't even realizing he's starting to understand. Like, he wins in California, Gabe.
Yeah, but you guys usually always say, oh, he doesn't win in Florida, right? He only wins in California. But now even Brady Cannon likes him here in Florida.
The thoughts of other people have not represented my thoughts of him learning Florida golf. And you know what? He missed a lot of putts last week, and that number
was
is
Bermuda
now 30,
grass.
25.
That was the thing. The Bermuda grass wasn't his thing.
Yeah, but he's learning, Gabe. Max Homa is a quick study. So let's put the board back up,
agree.
fellas.
I like your Aberg pick, too.
Yeah. First of all, Will Zalatoris now is 35-1, not 25-1. Get him while you can. That number is hot off the presses. Matsuyama, Gabe, I told you. Hideki, I don't care about his back problem, ankle problem, whatever. He's always injured, as Brady Cannon said earlier on in the show. Give me him at 38. Wyndham Clark is now 50-1. This market is fluid right now. I bet him at 45. I'm going to put another log on the fire at 50. Min-Woo Lee almost beat Scotty Scheffler the last time this tournament was played there. Watch out for Min-Woo Lee. Very strong player at 55. And Gabe, I don't have a database or whatever, but I make a lot of notes. Tom Hoagie plays really well here. He hits it straight. It's only 7,200 yards. He thrives on Pete Dye designs. Give me a Hoagie sandwich. It's 75-1. Those are the bets this week. I'm not betting anybody at 150, 170. Some guys right in the nice range there. And I will say another guy, if you like outrights, I think Hovland is a very dangerous player this week. I'm going to find ways to increase his odds.
I agree as far as that. But Bano, we'll see if you have any plays here. But let me bring up a couple of these odds boost here, Ken, that we have access to. And, man, I'm looking at this, and how do we not play this? Top 10 finishes. Rory McIlroy, top 10. Xander Schauffele, top 10. Victor Hovland, top 10. Plus 36.73.
Amazing.
37-1, man.
Gabe, I got one that I'm going to tell you is my favorite bet, and it's the one at, I think it's 11-1.
Here's the other one, top 20. But this, I was going to say, here's another one, top 20. But Spieth is, you always wonder about Spieth. But Morikawa, this top 20. Morikawa, Wyndham Clark, and Jordan Spieth, top 20, 20-1.
Don't mind it, but I got one better for you for the same price or better. Zalatoris. This is a 3-leg parlay on the same site.
Zalatoris, Thomas, and Homa.
Thomas and Homa. That's
plus 12.28.
$100 gets you 13 in.
My 3 picks, and you can't take everyone, but I like a couple other Cam's guys, but I've got Will Zalatoris. I think Will Zalatoris can break through and win a big-time tournament. I think this could be the one for him. So we're getting good numbers here, too. Hideki Matsuyama, 35-1. Will Zalatoris, 33-1. And I've got Wyndham Clark as well. And updated number for Wyndham. Wow, nice number, Cam. 50-1 for Wyndham Clark right now. And Aberg, 35-1, I think is worth a play if you want to get a couple of more guys in here. I don't hate Max Homa at 26-1. Victor Hovland, 22-1. Any golf picks for you, Babano?
We do have a few from the golf guy. Homa, 28-1. Will Zalatoris, 30-1. Irish Bear, Shane Lowry, 40-1. Finau, 65-1. Cam mentioned Tom Hoagie. Golf guys on him, 75-1. Brian Harmon, the
living in my basement. Is he looking at my notes here? We got the same guys. A few.
Brian Harmon, 80-1. Sungjae Im, 90-1. And Cam Davis, 120-1. And Billy Horschel, 200.
actually a good price on Horschel. Florida Gator always plays well. Gabe, and I got another. If you're looking for one crazy bomb, Austin Eckroat won 2 weeks ago. Guy's 175-1. He's not afraid of anybody. He's like a new phenom. Not going to say at the Aberg level or whatever, Gabe, but this guy's odds should be about 70, not 175. So Austin Eckroat won 2 weeks ago. Watch out for him.
Not Austin Eckler, the running back.
No.
Here's a head-to-head matchup that I like. Sam Burns, minus 125 over Jason Day. I like Burns in this tournament, too. I think Burns a good top 20 look even. Sam Burns to beat Jason Day in a head-to-head matchup. I like that. I'm looking at the other head-to-head matchups. Man, they really here's one here. Give me Corey Connors over Tom Kim. Corey Connors, minus 125 over Tom Kim. Cam, you have any head-to-head matchups for us?
Nope, but I found something, Gabe, that you guys are going to like, and I want to share it with the audience right now. There's a bet on your book if you have like certain things, nationalities, but they have top lefty, and there's only 3 guys. Brian Harmon is I found him as low as minus 145. I know it's juice. He only has to beat Garrett Higgo and the Scot Robert McIntyre. Harmon is in great form. He plays well in these events. He's a Georgia Bulldog. The tournament's in Florida. I would lay up to minus 220 in a situation like this. Give me Brian Harmon, top lefty, minus 145.
Babano, what do you like tomorrow? College basketball, full slate of games all day again. What are you looking at?
Yeah, for the college slate tomorrow, there's obviously lots to choose from. I like what I saw from Providence today, albeit against a Georgetown team that's not very good. This is a Providence team that I don't even know if winning today was good enough for them. They've got to keep putting the pedal to the metal if they're going to further their resume for the NCAA tournament. I think they'll probably be worth a look tomorrow in their game against Creighton. They're getting 7.5 and 8 points in that range. Creighton, historically, Gabe, is awful at the Big East tournament, believe it or not. Creighton has not done well here at Madison Square Garden in the Big East tournament over the years. I think that's a very live dog, the Providence Friars there tomorrow.
Interesting. I can't disagree either. Providence really are. They do need a couple of more wins to get in, but they're right there right now. So the games will start early tomorrow. We got some MAC action, Kent State, Toledo, St. Joseph's, Richmond. Minnesota, Michigan State. That's at noon Eastern time. Hard not to like the Gophers here, +7. We talked about this game with Big Man on Campus earlier tonight. I agree. Babano, what's your quick take? We got a couple of seconds here, so I don't know if you're betting it. BYU, Texas Tech is a near pick 'em. BYU are minus 125 on the money line right now.
Yeah, BYU is pretty impressive against UCF, but I like Grant McCaslin, who won a tournament with North Texas. You know, he knows the conference tournaments can do well, and I think Texas Tech, kind of underachieved at times. They had a great win to wrap up the regular season. I think they could have momentum. I'd take the 2.5 there with the Raiders.
Some interesting games tomorrow. I think Liberty are going to handle UTEP. They're minus 3.5. And we talked about this one earlier. The UCLA Bruins +3 against the Ducks. We'll wrap up on the other side. Bring it.
Laying points on the road in college basketball is an absolute landmine. I would not do it. I won't do it the rest of the year. I'm done doing that because it just consistently loses.
I mean, 3 possessions in a 9-point game in which the opposition now is the clock, not the actual team you're facing, right?
Right.
And these guys are taking up shots. I mean, it's just like, that's why it's the NBA.
In-game live, prime time, only on SportsGrid.
Betting in-game, there's a big difference, right? Like the computer changes the number so often Like, I tried to get this in right now, but in reality, as I saw plus 165 in the arena, they're hitting the shot. And I'm getting this like a couple of seconds late. And even the sports book, like, technology can only, like, travel so fast.
SportsRage Late Night, only on SportsGrid.
How about this? Nikola Jokic, heavy favorite here to minus 170 price, followed by SGA at plus 250, and Luka Doncic at a 7-1 price.
It would require a whole lot from Luka to, like, 15 of the next 20 games he has to have triple doubles, like something absurd. And it really just comes down to Jokic being amazing, doing everything he's doing. Like, I hate to say it, but he's probably had this locked up the second Embiid was announced out.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
The quickest 100 minutes in sports talk and television. I can't believe we're done, but we are. We got a couple of minutes. Shout out to our boy Ghoster in the house. Big golf fan. Got a golf podcast. He likes Xander Schauffele, Jordan Spieth, Hideki Matsuyama, Sahith Theegala on, and Ben English. So that's his
Harris
card.
English.
Harris English. Excuse me. Harris English and Benny on, and Benny on. So shout out to Ghoster. Good luck. I like your picks, Ghoster. You know what? It's crazy to say. I know. And listen, Brady's as good as it gets with this stuff, and he actually likes Xander to win. I bet on Xander a lot over the years. I don't trust him, Cam, here. Although I know this is crazy, but I will have a piece of them to win the Masters, though. As stupid as that sounds.
Oh, he should have won before, and then he started to look at the scoreboard. He put one in the drink. That was his best chance to win at Augusta. It's just amazing. Like, for a world-class player, it's surprising how Xander Schauffele always finds a way not to win. Gabe, I'll give you guys 3 for first-round leaders. I want more, but these are the ones I like the most. Fleetwood at 50 always comes out hot. Tommy Fleetwood 50-1. Keegan Bradley 75-1. And Eric Von Roen 80-1. Those are some first-round leader bets we can sink our teeth into as well. A lot of hot starters there.
I'm going to give an in-game pick here on the way out. We gave you guys Northridge before the game started. They're up 50-41 right now. There's 16 minutes left. In-game total is 156.5. I think it's going to get there. There's quite a lot of points. There's going to be fouls and stuff. It's going to be a crazy game down the stretch. We're jumping in on over 156.5. Cal State Northridge and Santa Barbara. For tomorrow's picks, follow me on Twitter at SportsRage in the afternoon. I'll be on with Scott Farrell at 12:25 Pacific, 3:25 Eastern time. Montana State have taken a 1-point lead on Montana right now. Got a close game there. Craziness across the board. Stephen F. Austin up 31-23. The madness has begun. Keep it locked right here on the grid throughout the entire tournament, Selection Sunday, and all that. In fact, actually, Selection Sunday, I'm going to be doing a hit old school style with Pat Mayo on Sunday night. I'll send the tweets out. I'm going to do a little bracket preview with the Pat Mayo experience. Other than that, you're on your own. Later.
The Bostonian is Matt Perrault.
This is our city.
The book is Dave Sherapan.